Hi, my name is CP and I'm a student here at Cardiff University, and today I'm going to be speaking about social anxiety. I guess the first question is, what is social anxiety? According to the NHS, social anxiety disorder is a persistent and overwhelming fear of social situations. It's one of the most common anxiety disorders, and in fact 1 in 20 of us actually deal with social anxiety on a day-to-day basis. I mean, if you really think about that is on average 10 people in your lecture hall that will be dealing with it. So I guess that brings me on to question number 2. Why is this relevant to university students? For this, let me use the example of the fresher. You are thrown into a brand new and very daunting environment with a house full of people that you don't even know. Lectures full of hundreds of strangers, and society is bringing even more people together. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but you can't escape extreme social situations at uni. If you just want to sit in your room and not partake in university life, then you'll be fine. But that's not why you're here. But the few years that you spend at university should be the best few years of your life. So don't let something like this hold you back. You'll be surprised to know that I've dealt with pretty severe social anxiety, and to be honest, it completely ruined my second year. I had no social life, I couldn't even face going to lectures, and to be honest, I didn't even partake in sport. And that was something that I loved. And this was all because I felt like the elephant in the room at pre-drinks, or I couldn't even face going through the doors to the lecture hall because they were at the front. The feeling of pins and needles and hot flushes made every social encounter very tense and difficult, and in the end I just avoided them at all cost. But the worst thing was when I was sitting exams, I was more conscious of the people around me than what was on the paper in front of me. And it was at this point when I knew that my social anxiety was affecting my grades that I had to do something about it. So towards the end of my second year of uni, I went to see the counselling service at Cardiff University, and we talked through many different ways in which I could manage my anxiety. To be honest, I was very nervous about the one-on-one interaction, but I was made to feel incredibly comfortable, and by the end of it I was actually enjoying it because I felt like I was in control of the conversation. And in the end I came away with 4 things on my to-do list. Number 1 was to write a letter to someone that you feel close to, but without the intention of actually sending it to them. And in this letter you would write about all the different ways in which your social anxiety causes you problems or holds you back on a day-to-day basis. Now I actually didn't do this. I spoke to a camera and created a video because that's what I like to do. Now this really worked for me because it really put me on the spot as if I was conversing with myself. And when I watched the video back, I was able to see how I was able to put the feelings that I was having into words, and it meant I could understand them a lot better. Now the next 3 points were catered towards my own personal challenges. So my second point was to turn up to my lectures early. This sounds incredibly simple, but it was just something that made my life at uni a lot easier. The way that I saw that was I didn't have to walk into a lecture hall with hundreds of pairs of eyes on me, and that just made everything a lot more comfortable. Number 3 is a really good one. I don't know about you guys, but I always felt that I needed to impress every single person that I met. And obviously that's not the case. You can imagine how incredibly tiring that must be to be always on guard around people. So the third point was to not try and be the best friend of every single person that you meet. And the fourth point, which I think is the most important one to do with students, and that is to join a club. This is the best place to go and meet people and socialise because it's easy. Everyone there has a similar interest, and that is just a great icebreaker when you're trying to talk to someone. And obviously getting yourself into a group of friends where you can feel comfortable is possibly the best thing that you need to have at university. And to be honest, this possibly saved my time at university, as most of my social life has revolved around that club. So honestly, if there's one thing that you can take away from this video, it is that. Now these tips were worked out to conquer my own personal challenges, and obviously everyone deals with social anxiety in a different way. I really would encourage anyone dealing with anxiety to go and speak to the counselling service and book an appointment. It is a free and professional service that specialises in all the different situations that most students will face at university. So for more information or to book an appointment, please take a look at the description box below for the links. But anyway guys, that's it from me. I hope that you've been able to get something out of this video, and please remember to like and subscribe. Peace out.